Getting a perfect base for your wigs, your installs, or your sew-in can be sometimes challenging. So in a few minutes, I'm going to be showing you how to get a perfect base for your installs, your wigs, or your sew-in, or even your crochet. So if you're interested, then continue watching. The secret of getting your base to be really flat is doing smaller braids. Now to start, you want to make sure that you make a middle part. From that middle part is going to give you like a guide on how you're going to be braiding. You want to also make sure that you detangle the hair very well, so you don't have any bumps or tangles on it when you're braiding. That will make your braiding process very easy. Now you want to start by sectioning your part, taking small section at a time, then you braid it down. At the front, most of the time you want to braid it until you get to the temple, then you leave it. When you get to the temple, you drop, then you want to braid like 2 or 3 lines and connect it to the temple before braiding it to the back, if it makes sense. But like what I'm doing now, you can see that I braid the first braid and drop it. I didn't end it. I'll braid the second and link it with the first braid, then braid the third braid and link it with the first and the second braid. Then with the third braid, now I'm going to braid it all to the back. Join them together as I'm joining it right now. Then I'll join it like that and braid it to the back. That's what you want to do to get the front part of the braid line flat. You want to do the same thing, the same process on the other side of the head. So I'll be using a little piece of braiding extension. This is in order to reduce the tension on the natural hair. This is an optional step. You don't need to use an extension to braid. You can just braid the natural hair like that. But this is, for me, this is what I like to do. I like to add extension because this will make the braid last longer. Now I'll just continue braiding like that. When the first front side is down, I'll braid the other side. Then we'll be left with the back. So if you take a look at the corner of her ears, you see that I linked the first, second, and the third braid. I link them together before taking them to the back. This technique is especially good for closures and frontals because at least you have an ankle braid where you can sew down the closure or the frontal on it. It's also good for sew in without leaf out, and even for, it's also good for crochet depending on the type of crochet you're going for. Now sometimes you can also do straight back, everything straight back. It also work perfectly, but this in particular I'm doing, it was for a closure install. Here you can see that I've linked the first 3 braid and then I'm braiding it. I'll take it right to the back and braid it over to the other side of the head. This will give me like an anchor at the back where even if it is the wig you're applying, you have where to apply the pins, the combs that comes with the wig. You can easily attach them at the back. Now when you get to the back of the head, you just want to braid everything straight back and try to connect them in a way that the ends of the braids are fitted into each braid that you're doing. Like when you braid one of this strand, you want to connect, like what I just did right now, connect the one you left out to the one that you're braiding. So at the end of the day, you will not have all the end of the braids hanging out. That will, when you braid it, is going to give you a big bump at the back. I don't really know if I make sense, but what I'm doing is I will braid this one that I'm braiding right now, as you're saying. Then you can see that I have a leaf out. The previous one that I braided, I left it out, is hanging. So I'll take the previous one after I braid for a particular length. After I braid for a particular length, I'm going to take the previous one, the end of the braid of the previous one, and attach it like I'm doing right now, or attach it to that one that I'm braiding, and braid it down, and I will be left with one head. So at the end of the entire head, you will be left with just one strand of braid hanging, not all the strands of the braid hanging. It's kind of a little bit complicated to explain, but that is just what I'm doing, so as to get one end of the braid at the end of the whole process. So after the end of the whole process, I'll just crochet the one end that is remaining. As you can see, this one end that is remaining, I'll just crochet it into the braid, and you have your perfect base for your install, your wigs, or for your sew-ins, even for your crochet. So this is what it's looking like right now. You can see it's very, very flat at the front. At the back, you have the line where you can apply the clips or the combs that come with the wig. Yeah, this is what it's looking like. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.